It is the business of the general to be quiet and thus ensure secrecy. Upright and just and thus maintain order. He must be able to mystify his officers and men. Listen carefully. He must be able to mystify his officers and men by false reports and appearances, and thus keep them in total ignorance. This is interesting. So amongst his own ranks, there can be people that have no idea of what the ultimate strategy is, except that when they hear the sound of the drum, they will turn in unison. He carries his men deep into hostile territory before he shows his hand. When invading hostile territory, the general principle is that penetrating deeply brings cohesion. Penetrating but a short way means dispersion. Success in warfare is gained by carefully accommodating ourselves to the enemy's purpose, by persistently hanging on the enemy's flanks. Will he leave his enemy alone? Never. And will he press an advantage? When fire breaks out inside the enemy's camp, respond at once with an attack from outside. Relentless, relentless. Now this one I found particularly interesting. The use of spies. There are all kinds of spies. There are local spies, inward spies, converted spies, doomed spies, surviving spies. Let's look at these interesting categories. When these 5 kinds of spies are all at work, none can discover the secret system. This is called divine manipulation of the threads. Are you getting an interesting vibe here? It is the sovereign's most precious faculty. Having local spies, meaning employing the service of inhabitants of the district. So there where you are, you have your local spies. Wherever you go, you have a local spy. Having inward spies is making use of officials of the enemy. Converted spies, getting hold of the enemy's spies and using them for your own purposes. And then you have doomed spies, doing certain things openly for purposes of deception, and allowing our spies to know of them and report them to the enemy. Can you believe that? That you will sacrifice your own people for the sake of victory? So if one of your own is given a position or a job to do which is diametrically opposed to what the government is saying in that area, or the people, you have your own people expose them to the government and endear yourself to the government, even if it means the death of your spy. And then you have surviving spies. Finally are those who bring back news from the enemy's camp. Hence it is that which none of the whole army are more intimate relations to be maintained than with spies. None should be more liberally rewarded. In no other business should greater secrecy be preserved. Fascinating stuff. The enemy spies who have come to spy on us must be sought out, tempted with bribes, led away, comfortably housed. Thus they will become converted spies and available for our service. This is how the Jesuit general thinks and operates. You cannot understand his machinations, and you will never unravel the mystery if you do not have prophecy to rely on. You'll never unravel the mystery. That's why there's so much confusion. Who's the enemy? Nobody even knows that there is an enemy. It is through the information brought by the converted spy that we are able to acquire and employ local and inward spies. It is owing to his information again that we can cause the doomed spy to carry false tidings to the enemy. Lastly, it is by his information that the surviving spy can be used on appointed occasions. So spies are everywhere. So deception, deception, deception is the name of the game. This book was published under the generalship of General Ricky. So he understood. He probably wrote it.